All right, so we have been working on multiplication, and we've been looking at multiplying numbers with 2 digits and 3 digits by a 1-digit number. So today we are going to review that, and then we're going to take a short assessment on our Mimio vote system. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I want us to look up here and let's review a little bit together and talk about how we get some of these answers. Okay, so if I give you a problem such as 3 times 4 tens. 3 times 4 tens. Who can tell me how they would answer that question? Bella? Okay, so what she did was she answered 3 times 4 is equal to 12 tens. So you multiplied the 3 and the 4. But is this our final answer?
No.
It's not. So who can tell me what do I have to do now that we've chosen 12 tens? Okay, why are you putting a 0 at the end of the 12?
Because it's 10.
Because it's tens. And we know if it says tens, we're adding 1 0. What if it said hundreds? What if it said hundreds?
We will add 2 zeros.
Right, because if it, 100 has 2 zeros. That's why we think about that. Another way of writing this is 3 times 40, because 4 tens is 40. So if you would rather solve it this way, you can. 3 times 40, and that would be 120. Okay? Because we know we multiply 3 times 0 and then 3 times 4. All right, so if you see a problem like this, Valeria, will you be ready to answer? Okay, so if you see that tens, you should be able to answer that, right? Any questions on that type of question?
No, ma'am.
All right, so let's look at the next type of question you might see. All right, so we know we should be able to answer something like that. Now let's think. What if we had a 2-digit by a 1-digit number? So let's see. 45 times 6. 45 times 6. And we know that we can either write it this way, or we could also write it, how else could we write it? How else could we write it? I really like how Keaton is listening. How else could we write it?
We can write it like 6 times 45.
You could do that. So what I was really looking for is you can write it up and down, or you can write it sideways. Very good. I heard you, Brajon. Very good. So you can also write it sideways, and whichever is easier for you to solve. If you see a problem like this, you can always write it like this. So what do we do first? I really like to see your eyes on me. What do we do first, Alea?
We multiply 6 by the place in the ones place.
Good. We multiply the 6 by the 1's place. So what would that problem be, Brajon?
Well, 5 times 5 is 25, so add a 6, then that's going to be 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Very good. So I really like how he used the problem he knew. So 6 times 5 is 30, so we take our 0. Where do we put that 3, Keaton? Over top the 10's place. Great job. Awesome. All right, so now what is our next step, Brianna? So now we've multiplied our 6 times 5. Now what do we have to do? Very good. So now we do 6 times 4. Who can help me out? 6 times 4. And we know if we don't know the answer, we can do all kinds of things to figure it out, right? 6 times 4. 6 times 4. So I'm seeing the same hands up. Kennedy?
24.
24. Okay, so we have our answer, but what else do we need to do?
Add the 3.
Add the 3. So what is it? What is it?
So, what's the number?
24.
24, 25, 26, 27, 27.
Awesome. Right here. That's what I'm looking for. Awesome. All right, so did you see how we regrouped? Did you see how we made sure to add these tens here to our number? Right, and so now if you know how to multiply, you could have a huge number on the top and you could multiply all those. It would just take you some time, right? Very good. All right, so now I'm going to give you a little word problem and I want you to listen. You ready?
Yes.
Everybody's ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Miss Smith had 5 kinds of candy. 5 different kinds of candy. She had 7 of each kind. How many pieces of candy does she have in all? So I'm going to repeat it, and we have to first think of how are we going to answer the question. So 5 different types of candies, Brianna, and 7 of each kind. So what am I going to be doing here, Clayton?
5 times 7.
Could you show me? It's okay. Do your best. It's no big deal. And he already knew it. So give me a thumbs up if you also got that answer. Let's see all these thumbs. All right, now we need a label. So what would our label be? What would our label be, Natanya?
Pieces of candy.
Pieces of candy. Great job. Good job, guys. So moving on into our, when we're looking at our word problems, good. Pieces of candy. Great job. Great job. Okay, last review question, and then we're going to get to our short assessment. All right, so last question is 632 times Keaton, could you come up and could you show me what you would do here? And could you talk us through it as you answer it?
Well, 2 times 2 is 4, and 2 times 3 is 6. And then 6 times 2 is 12, so it would be probably that.
Okay, can you read your answer to us?
1,264.
All right, everybody, give him a round. Woo! Good job, Keaton. All right, does everybody agree?
Yeah.
All right, so very good. So he multiplied this number by each place value. Okay, very, very good. So that's what you would do. Remember, if we're stuck on a multiplication problem, like our 9s or 8s or our 7s that might get a little hard, you can either draw a picture or do or work one out that you know. When it comes to multiple choice and you know that it's supposed to be 3 digits, that can also help you. Okay. All right, so right now I need you to listen closely. Ready? All right, I need Alea's group to please go get your clicker. Alea, could you make your back up, please? So you are going to get the clicker that has your number. All right, very good. Jalea, your team, they get their clicker with their number. I really like how these friends are remembering our expectations for our clickers. They grab it and then they leave it on their desk. Very good. Bella, your group, grab the clicker with your number. Set it on your desk out of your hands. Very good. I love that friends are able to switch those out really easily. Kennedy's group, Natanya's group, everybody may go get them. I'm really impressed with how Keaton is leaving his on his desk. Thank you.
This desk is too small because I'll have to scoop the desk.
All right. Eyes on me.
Eyes on you.
Thank you, Clayton. All right, so your clicker should now be where?
On the
On
desk.
the desk. Our hands don't need to be on it because it's not time to answer yet, right?
Yes.
All right, so today we know that, and because I've already told you that we have an assessment we're going to take today. So that means that I am going to see where you're at, and we get to use this system that's also going to tell us how the class is doing as a whole. Are we getting these answers right? Are we not? What do we need to work on? So, first off, we need to talk about our goal. There are 6 questions on this quiz. Okay, 6 questions. So, how many should we get correct to get a passing score? If there's 6 questions, how many do you think we need to get correct? What do you think?
6.
Okay, so if we get 6 correct, then what score do we get?
100.
100. So 6 is going to be good, but you know that even just like on your AR test, we know that we're not perfect, right? So instead of 6 correct, if we get 5 correct, that's going to give you an 83%, which is a B. Okay? So with 6 questions, if you get 1 wrong, that's a B. Okay? So today, what I need you to do is think. We need to get 5 out of these 6 questions correct. So that is going to be our class goal. Is that each individually, you want to get 5 out of 6 correct. Okay? So our goal is that I will get 5 out of 6 questions correct on my Mimeo quiz. Okay, very good. So that is your goal, is to get. So I really only need you to miss 1. If you miss more than that, it means that we have some areas we need to work on, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So we have to miss 1, or can I get 6?
I would love for you to get 6, Justin. We are going for gold here. Okay. All right. So this is what I need you to do. So our goal as a class. And your goal individually is to get 5 out of 6 correct. So, let's go ahead and let's look at number 1. Number 1. So let's look at the board. 4 times 6 tens. So on your paper, I want you to do that. 4 times 6 tens. 4 times 6 tens. And I want you to see which answer do you think best answers that? Would it be 24, 204, 240, or 2,400? I really like those friends who are focused on their own paper, finding their answer. Very good. All right, I see some of our friends are finished. I'm going to go ahead and start the poll. So that means that your answers will light up. You may choose the correct answer, but you only may choose it once. So make sure you have it correct. And then you may set your clicker back down. I would cover your answer. Choose the best answer here. Oh, I love how after Kennedy answered, she just set hers back down. And you notice that her lights went back off. Very good. All right, so if you haven't chosen the answer, you should be finding it. All right, so looking at our poll. So, which is the correct answer, Justin?
C.
C, okay. So, looking at our graph here, what does this graph tell us, Kennedy?
Everybody got the same answer.
Did everybody?
No.
No, but did most of our class?
Yes.
Yes, so this graph, based on this graph, we can tell that maybe 1 or 2 students chose A and B. So, they were close, but most of our class is right on target with the correct answer of C. Now, who can tell me why the answer is C? Keaton?
Because if 6 is 6 tens, that would be 60, and 60 times 2 is 20, 240.
Okay, so he changed the 6 to 60, or you could have done what? 4 times 6, which we know is 24, and then we just add a what?
0.
0. So 240. Very good. Let's look at question number 2. multiply 431 by 2. Do this on your paper, please, showing your workout. Taking your time. 431 times 2. Show your work. Write it on your paper. 431. 3.
Bless you. Thanks.
Times 2. There you go. Good job. If you checked your work, your clicker is ready. Right, if you haven't chosen, we need to choose our answer. All right, let's check our poll. All right, again, shine your halos. Good job. As a class, overall, we seem to be getting most of the correct answers. If you didn't choose the correct answer, just think about what could I have done differently. So multiplying by 2, we know we would multiply 2 times 1, then 2 times 3, and then 2 times 4, and your answer would be 862. What else could you have done, Dustin?
You could add 431 plus 431.
Oh, very good. So repeated addition. Great job. All right, 137 times 4. We'll see the class all chose. Answer C. All right, so we're all on task here. We've all are getting the correct answer. It looks like everybody got it. So this tells us that we are all doing well answering this type of question, this 3-digit by 1-digit number. Very good. Shine your halos. Good job. All right, number 4. Number 4. Gary uses 195 liters of gas each month. How much gas will he use in 3 months? Okay, so we have our scores in. It looks like most of our class is choosing the correct answer. How did we set this problem up? Can't hear you. Okay, so she said 195 times 3, okay? And then our label is liters. Very, very good. And we got the correct answer, 585 liters. Very good. So it looks like we've got maybe 1 or 2 friends who chose A. So we see that we'll make sure we're multiplying here. We're talking about multiplication. Very good. Okay, there are 132 guppies in each fish tank. How many guppies are there in 3 fish tanks? How did you solve this problem, Bella? Okay, so you took 3 times 2 was 6, and then 3 times 3 was, yes, 9, and then 3 times 1 is 3. So very good. So 396, and again, we have the choice of C. So we didn't trick you on this one. Okay, so again, we've got maybe 1 or 2 friends who chose B. So make sure we are choosing the correct answer. You're working it out on your sheet. Use that time. Okay? All right, so think about, as we're going through this, how many of you missed so far? Are you on target for meeting your goal? All right. And we are going to look at number 6. Multiply 423 by 5. 423 by 5. answers. That's you 5. All right. Choose your answer. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's look. Oh, so I hear some friends who weren't quite sure, but overall, our class is still on target. Okay, so it looks like almost all of our friends are choosing the correct answer. Very, very good. All right, so this was a 3-digit by a 1-digit multiplication problem.
I done it 423 plus 5 times.
Very, very good. Okay, so what I need you to do now is to, I'm going to call you by the group and remind me how we put our clickers up. Clayton?
You walk over there and you can sit them in any slot. You can sit them in any slot, but you don't. But you set it down, but whatever you don't pick it up and then put it somewhere else.
Right. So does it matter what spot you put it in?
No.
It resets. So Keaton's table go.
Boys and Girls Club to the wellness wing and
Bella go.
to the cafeteria.
Justin's table go.
Boys and Girls Club to the wellness wing and
I love how quick you're being. You just drop it and go. Good job. And then you sit down.
I saw it reset.
Very, very good. Let's see how quickly we can get back to our seats. Thank you very, very much. And sit down. Sit down.